So I'm sitting in Santo Domingo, which is Dominican Republic is part of the same island, Hispaniola, as Haiti. So it's right across the border. In fact, the border is approximately 60 miles from where I'm currently sitting. And on Monday last, when the earthquake happened, which was happening about 10:30 UK time, I got a call at 1 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday morning, UK time, asking me if I was available to get across to the UK and get on one of our aircraft and fly the British UK Fire Service search and rescue team across to Haiti. Now these are guys who are everyday firemen. They specialize in recovery of people from buildings and so on. They have a couple of dogs that are trained to search out people trapped in buildings. And so having got this call at 1 o'clock in the morning, I really felt it was the thing to do, which is one of these things that comes along occasionally when you really feel you can make a difference. So I zipped back across to the UK, and we flew out that afternoon, on Tuesday afternoon, to the Dominican Republic, where we are, via Halifax in Canada. And we got here with the team and with their dogs. I personally helped the dogs get a bit of a walk around in the snow in Halifax so they could do their doggy things after a long flight. And we came here to Santo Domingo. One of the things that I found most interesting about the tragedy that's going on in Haiti is I started posting on Facebook some little updates, and they were very factual updates, as we're doing this, we're moving these people, we're arrived here, we're doing this, and I've been staggered by the response. And I think it's a sign of the new world we live in, where the job that I do every day, I suddenly can share it with people, and suddenly it has relevance to people who are they seem to have a closer connection with the suffering and tragedy that's going on in Haiti, simply because I'm telling them what I'm doing live. And I found that quite humbling, and in fact, and very, very interesting to see it happening. So we arrived here early on what would have been the Wednesday morning, and the team got off, and we left them here, and they arranged to get across to Haiti within a day or two. Since then, we have done one other trip from Santo Domingo across to Haiti. We've taken over the Spanish search and rescue team, and we've brought back some evacuees who are Spanish. Their Air Force jet was waiting for them here in Santo Domingo, but we managed to get a slot into Haiti and go over and pick them up. And I mentioned in one of my blogs on Facebook that it really brought it home to the crew on the airplane on the day that we had a passenger. We put her in row one. She was obviously quite distressed and a bit of shock, and she was a teenage Spanish girl who had lost her entire family in the earthquake. Her whole family were buried under the rubble of their house, and she was being taken back to Spain to stay with relatives. She was in a fair amount of shock. She had a lot of medical help, but it really brought it very severely home just how close this was to us and to what we were doing. And strangely, by sharing that with my friends through digital media, it galvanized them, it encouraged them, it forced them to think about how, now as a global community, we can actually make a difference. Before, maybe as a global community, whatever, it was very hard to understand how you make a difference. Now people can see how they make a difference. And the Second Life community have started a fundraising thing. There's so many other fundraising things going on, and I think this has been the first major world tragedy that has really engaged the digital community, the virtual world community, Twitter and Facebook and all of these things, and produced the most incredible world outpouring of assistance and help and sympathy to the people in this very small country, poor country that is exactly 80 miles away from where I'm sitting right now. from a personal point of view, it did actually become personal in a very real sense, because I spent time with the search and rescue guys coming across, and I talked to them. These are everyday firemen. Their role within the fire service specialises in going into damaged buildings and broken buildings and recovering people. And they have a system that for 1 month at a time every year, they sit on a standby basis to leave their homes at a moment's notice, literally a moment's notice. They get a phone call and they say, leave now, grab your stuff and leave now. And they've no idea where in the world they're going until usually they get underway, and they've no idea how bad it's going to be until they actually get there, but they just do it. They leave. They take, there's a number of them obviously have these specialist guide dogs who are there to sniff out survivors in the wreckage and in the collapsed buildings, but they just drop everything and go and do it. The sad part about it, and the harder part to deal with from my point of view, is the fact that they generally have a 7 to 10 day window, and after about 10 days, 7 to 10 days, they say that's beyond the point at which we're likely to find anybody, so now we go home again. And so we've been sitting here in Santo Domingo for the last 2 days, and been virtually told that what we're going to do probably tomorrow, which will be sort of Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday morning by the time we do it local time. We're going to fly them back to the UK with the guide dogs. The guide dogs will go into quarantine for 6 months, which is also very hard for their owners, because they don't get called in very often. When they do, they accept the fact they might go and do 4 or 5 days work, and then they don't see their dog except in quarantine for 6 months. So it's been quite a personal journey for me to be actively involved in such a big worldwide event. It's been quite humbling at a very personal point of view to see the level of outpouring of assistance and help and interest from all my friends across Second Life and across this new digital world and the world we live in. And it's been really good to see how they've my little story, my little participation has galvanized so many people into helping the people who were literally, as I say, 80 to 90 miles away from where I'm currently sitting. It's quite surreal. I have to explain this. I'm quite surreal. I'm sitting in a beach resort. If I look out the window here, there's people sunbathing and on the beach, and there's one of these banana boats going by with kids jumping up and down on it. It's really hard, I suppose, for them more so than me, because I've been involved on the side in Haiti. It's really hard to try and match the two images in my head of what I'm seeing outside the window and what I know is going on 80 to 100 miles just down the coast. So all I'd say to you is, if and I'm sure you all have, if you're watching this, or if you get to watch this during the course of the week or so after it's been made, that we're now part of a global community, and if there's anything you can do, no matter how small, if there's anything you can do to help rebuild or assist these people down the road from me here in Port-au-Prince who have lost everything, and I mean everything, then I ask you please to do it, whether you do it through the Red Cross, whether you do it through Second Life, or whether you just do it through some sort of local system which is allowing you to make a contribution of something, whether it's money, clothes, bedding, whatever. Having met this teenage Spanish girl who had lost her entire family within a matter of hours, it's very difficult. Like, it's very hard to come to terms with from my own point of view, and it's hard to imagine what she must be facing and what she must be going through. So if you can, it's my one little appeal as I sit here in Santo Domingo. Give it some thought. Find a way to help. Find a way to show that this new digital world we're living in, which crosses boundaries and nations and languages and cultures, but that we can now make a difference with what we do. Your prayers, your thoughts, and possibly a little bit of cash to the people in Haiti who are suffering right now. That's it from me, Mel. Thanks for having me on, and catch up with you guys soon.